Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a project that I've been doing for almost 2 years now, and I've decided people have been asking for it. I'm going to go ahead and release the design for sale on my site. So it's for this little mini comp book. You can get 3 of them at the Dollar Tree, so that's one of the places to get it for inexpensive. Walmart sells them. I know you can get them online as well, but there's 3 in this package for $1 at the Dollar Tree. And I use most of the time the mechanical pencils. They're little cute, they're small enough, they fit, they're perfect. Dollar Tree, 99-cent store, all hit and miss. Five Below at school time, you can get a bunch in a pack. So this is a hit and miss at different places, so when I find them, I grab a lot of them. So the book has the elastic around it, opens. I have a loop that holds the pen or pencil in there, and the book is inside, and it's made with embroidery vinyl, and I use felt on the inside. Less expensive, you'll find out in the end. It folds better, it holds better, it's lighter weight as well. So you're more than welcome to use vinyl if you want. I recommend just using felt for the inside. And let's get started. So you've got that. I'm going to do 2 at a time, cutting wise, but when you make it in the hoop, it's in the 5x7 hoop. Some of the tools you're going to need: your fold over elastic. Many places you can buy this. I actually have a video coming up from Hobby Lobby, and these ones I actually got online. It might have been like Etsy, or I mean not Etsy, Amazon. And I got my printed vinyl, and I pre-cut all the time. When I pull my my felts out, I pre-cut them, and I just have, like, 5 of each color ready to go, and they're just stacked up. So I happen to have these already pre-cut. Excuse me. This vinyl, the pattern happens to be up and down on the long ways, and the width of the vinyl happens to be just almost 8 inches, and I've actually printed out what I needed, and I'll give you the instructions with it as well. You'll need 1 piece of vinyl that's 5 1/4 by 7 1/2. So since it's almost 8, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that length. I'm not going to cut it exact, but I will cut the rest at exactly what I need. So I need 5 1/4, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to do both of them at the same time. So I'm going to make sure they're both lined up. So we're at 5 1/4, and it's by 7 1/2. So just in case you're doing exact out of other pieces, this one I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So I've got the 2 there, and then I'm going to keep the next piece the way I'm going to cut it. It's up to you, but this is a guideline that you can use so that you'll have enough of your other pieces to be able to do something else, which I actually show in a video as well. You can make a sanitizer holder out of this piece. You'll have a little bit left over to maybe do earrings. You can make lip balm holders. So the other 2 pieces I'm going to need for the inside pockets is going to be the same thing with the 5 1/4, and it's by 2 3/8. So I can do either the 2 3/8 and then cut again 2 3/8, or I cut all at once at a little over the 5 inches as well. So 2, that's 4, 3/8, so that's almost at 5. We'll do it this way, sorry. We want our pockets to be the same height and the pattern going the same way. So we'll do the 5 1/4 going up and be 2 3/8. Sorry, I'm used to doing it another way, so I'm going to show you the easy, the beginner way. So cut that, and we're going to do one more. And I pretty much cut everything to the exact, so we're not wasting vinyl. I'm not wasting. I have minimal when I do my cutting, final trimming and cutting, and I have very little left over. And everything costs money, so I'm going to do a video on that soon as to pricing and what it costs and how to be frugal with everything. So I have my outside piece. I'm going to have my felt for the inside, and I'm going to have my 2 pocket pieces, and this is how it'll look. So you'll have that. So I have ready to go my brown, and ready to go with my pink. Now I'm going to cut my, keep your pieces, keep this. I'm going to make a, you know, you can make a sanitizer holder or anything out of that. Then you've got your fold over elastic, and we're going to cut this to 8 1/4. And I usually never do this. I do it another way as well. Sorry, I'm a little fumbly this way. So we've got 8 1/4, and you need a piece that's 1.5 inches. So in the brown, same thing. Need 8 1/4, and by 1.5. They don't always have to be exact, but if you're at this, at the length that I tell you and give you when you do your folding over and you place it with just that 1/4 inch over, you'll have the right amount in your loops, and you'll have the right amount of your other one as well to go around the book and be tight. This one's actually a little too loose, so that's why it's here with me. It's my sample. So we've got everything ready to go. Our fold over elastic, we have our 5x7 hoop with our tearaway stabilizer. Does not have to be the heavy paper. This one's more of a medium one. It's a little more see-through than the others. And I will, oh, and then you're going to need your little ruler to measure when you do your pockets. I will meet you over at this sewing machine. Alright, have my directions with my measurements if I need them. And we're going to do the brown one right now. That way it'll be easier for you to see the different thread color on the white. So I have my scissors and my measuring. Okay. I have my 5x7 hoop stabilizer in it. I'm going to put it, have the pattern in the machine. The pattern is all set up with the same color and stops at every sew out. So because there's a step for each one, so we need to make sure it stops at each one. So I'll sew out my first, which is my placement. Alright, and then did our placement line of where we're going to put our vinyl, and then I did a small stitch here, which is the placement for our elastic. So the fold over elastic, you're going to fold the large piece, you're going to fold it good side to good side. So you're going to have this bad side facing outwards. Okay, that'll be the first, that'll be our first piece that's folded over, and you're going to do both pieces at the same time. The other loop is going to be folded with the good side out. So it'll be folded with the good side facing out. And we're going to put the small loop on the bottom and the large loop on top, and we're going to line them, you're going to hold them together. So we're going to put them together like that, and you're going to put them at your line, so it's right in the center between the two. So if you want to ahead of time mark it to make sure you're centered, or if you've kind of got the eye and you see where that stitch came out to show your placement, and you're going to go about 1/4 inch right there. You'll go about 1/4 inch over, and we're going to tape that down. Tape it down really good. So I have tape holding it. I have the little loop with the good side facing out underneath. I have the larger hoop with the bad side facing out, and about 1/4 inch to the inside. And we're going to sew out the tack down stitch for that. Stop. We're going to remove our tape. And the first piece is going to end up being our vinyl piece. And the way it's showing here with the elastic on the right side, or left side, sorry, elastic on the left side, our vinyl piece is going to be right side up if you have a pattern, and it's going to be facing the top of your pattern, bottom of your pattern, elastic to your left side. I attach mine with a tacky spray. I've been using a tacky spray with my machine and doing vinyls and felts and everything for probably 15 years now. Have not had a problem with any machines. Even my dealer knows, who does all my maintenance and everything, no problem with it as long as it's in moderation and you don't spray it in the machine or at the machine or in the hoop. So I actually use an Aleene's tacky spray, repositionable, so it's not real tacky. And I also use the Dritz basting spray. That's another one I use. Have used different ones, and this just happens to be my favorite that I really like, is this one. So I have a spray booth. Little light sprays. Spray booth is down below. And you're going to center your vinyl in the hoop. My suggestion or recommendation is not a whole lot hanging over on this your elastic side. That way you have minimal, if nothing, that you're going to have to trim on this side and worry about cutting your elastic. You just want to make sure that your design is straight, especially if you have a pattern. And just enough tacky to keep it in there. Don't need to use tape or anything. See, it's holding. Pop it back in the machine. I think this video and me showing is going to be longer in placement than the actual stitch out. Speed that up. There we go. And it's stitched out. It's our first placement stitch. Now we're going to move to the back side. And just a little tip, little thing that I do so that these pieces aren't hanging out is pretty much every video you see me, I have my lighter and I just push them inside. That, you know, kind of keeps them inside and it balls them up so you don't even have the threads by chance. If it gets pulled, they're not going to come undone. Right, so the back side, next piece is going to be our felt. Same thing, tack it down with tacky spray. Two little quick swipes, nothing big. Same thing, line it up all around. And I'm going to, I can kind of see through it, and I'm going to line it up exactly where the elastic side is too, so I have minimal again. So, kind of put it down. When you turn it over, you'll press it down to secure it. Don't need any tape. Perfect. Works great. Pop it back in. Make sure our elastic loops is out of the way. What this is going to do now is do our center line, which is the spine of the folding of the book, to help it fold better. We got one more step to go, so it gave us a spine right here and tack down. See it on this side too, and there's a little bit hanging out. So I'm going to pull those threads out, cut them. Sorry, and these are my favorite 4-inch curved scissors. These things work wonders. All right. Now for the pockets, they're directional as well. So we want to make sure when we flip our hoop, the pattern's going this way, so we want to make sure we flip the hoop so that our patterns are going the same way on our pocket pieces. So here, this is where we're going to use tape. Sorry, I didn't pre-do my tape. And we have our little measuring. I use the little my little ruler here, pocket ruler. So it's 1 inch and 3/8. So 1 inch and 3/8 is what I'm going to measure from our center line to the edge of the pocket. And you want to make sure they're also centered top and bottom. Since you can't see where the line is, you look a little bit. So you want 1 3/8. Measure the top, measure the bottom. Sometimes it'll slip on you, so you want to hold. I use a longer piece in the middle here since there's no stitching here. Same on this side. My ruler moved, sorry. There we go. Alright, and And then you're going to add more pieces around the edges and the corners. Sometimes they come up on the corners or the sides. Your machine might catch on the corners. And I do it just a little bit so that it's not going to go through my stitching. I'll get towards the corner here. And this is where I would actually add my product label. I actually, in most of them, I add my own product label with my name, my phone number on it, and the name of my business. And that I actually put inside. Find out where the line is. And I'll put it just inside the pocket is what I do. Make sure it's not going to cut through my writing. And actually tape down that part so it's going to be a little bit thicker. And carefully fold it back over, turn it over. I press down just to make sure that tape is going to stick. And we look good. And we'll put it back in the machine. And I always check underneath. I always lift up the hoop and look underneath to make sure vinyl didn't slip or move or misplace. And we'll stitch the last step. And we're all done. Flip it over, make sure everything went perfect, everything's sewed out good, nothing's wrong, didn't flip, didn't slide. Front looks good. Meet you at the cutting table. Alright, we're all done sewing. Now we're going to take it out of our hoop and remove all the tape and everything. Alright, now we've got everything ready to go for cutting. I use my straight blade and I use my rotary cutter for this. And I'm going to line up on the, I'm going to work on all the sides that are easy first, and then I'll go ahead and work on the side with the elastic last. So I measure 3/8, or I'm sorry, 1/8, not 3, sorry. I measure 1/8, I put the 1/8 mark on the stitch line. And I line it up. Have a nice sharp blade and ready to, tightened. Minimal waste. See how very little, not wasting anything. That's my big pet peeve, minimal waste. Okay, when you use the rotary also, try and keep the blade straight up, not at an angle this way or outwards. You want to keep it straight up. That way your line will be straight as well. So when the book closes, you're not going to see this beveled edge. It's going to be straight. So basically that you don't want the beveled edge. And you're like looking at it going, oh, it's backwards. No, it's actually, you're thinking, oh, it's this way. It's not backwards. Everything lines up. Pen goes in there and this goes. So this is always on the bottom of your book. So this is the tricky part. Is you can do this by hand. I use both a rotary to get most of the straight, and I just barely go to the tip. You do not want to cut your elastic. And then I go to the back side and cut straight off. Then what I'm going to do is, after I've made those two nice slices with the rotary, I'll come in and I'm going to pull this back. So all I'm going to cut right now, coming across with my vinyl scissors, which are my 99-cent store scissors. I don't use expensive scissors. I'm going to cut straight across from line to line, so that kind of gave me an idea right there where to go. Flip it over, do the same thing. I'm going to pull my elastic back. I'm going to bring my fabric forward, put my scissors right underneath it, and I'm going to guide the scissors from one end to the other, making sure I'm right on that line, and there you go. The inside's a little tricky. It's the angle of your scissors that's going to give you a nice line. So it takes practice, got to work on it. There's times that I don't always get it right, but practice. So here we go, all done. That's how easy it is. You're going to put your book in it. Open up the little book, put the cover in one side. You're going to fold this back. This is the easiest way. Fold this back, and then you're going to insert. And then here's my little label, people wondered. So that goes in. Here's my little label right there for somebody to know that it's me. Book closes perfect. Grab a pen or pencil. Pencil goes right in the loop, perfect size. Hold it, grab it. It's on the inside of the book, inside of the spine. And the elastic gets turned over, holds the book and the pen. We are all set. That is my mini comp cover project. So it's the mini comp book cover. If you like what you've seen, subscribe, hit that bell. You get more information, more ideas coming from me. And thumbs up that you like the video, and any comments, any questions, anything else you want me to do for you or see me make for you, let me know down in the comments, and hope you enjoyed it.